All right, guys and gals, now we're going to see what's going on with this rear window. I thought when my mom first started complaining about this, for some reason, this has been months, I thought it just needed torque pins, but now nothing's happening. We hit it. I think I hear it clicking, like the brushes are stuck or something. So if you kick the shit out of the door, chances are it might work. But I found a used motor, and we're just going to see about switching it out. So I want to show you how to do that next. So open up your ashtray. Now come up here and show them, Dad. You've got two Phillips screws inside the ashtray. And then it just lifts on up out of there. I may have to pull the ashtray out to get a hold of it. This is the light that lights up your ashtray at night. You can just squeeze it and it'll come off. Believe me. Like that. It's just held on with these little clips that snap in here. Unplug your ground, unplug the power. And then just like on the front, you've got two Phillips screws holding your switches onto the bezel. We got the key turned back on accessory. Now, back up and so right here, there's one Phillips screw. Like you remember on the front door, there's two. On the back door, there's just one Phillips screw here for your door handle bezel. Take it out. Again, it hooks on the bottom. Just take it, pull it off your handle. You've got, let me see this. You've got one Phillips screw up above the door handle, and you've got one right there behind the door handle, and you've got one inside here below where the switches were. And again, you've got one on the back of the door, and you've got one down here in the hidden carpet. So we're going to get those Phillips screws out. There's the one up top. Directly behind the handle. You know, back when these cars were still all over the road, people would bring them to me to get their windows fixed and stuff, and these things would be just completely ripped off of the back of the door panel because they just grabbed the door panel and jerk, not knowing that these screws were hidden back here. That one's got a little plastic washer on it. The front one did not. Got you one down here on the carpet. And the door panel's ready to come off, and you don't have any courtesy lights back here like you do in the front either. That's extremely loose, so we need to replace the mounting pins in this one. Feed everything down through the holes. You got to kind of go that way to get this bracket around the door handle. We can try to get this plastic clip out of here, but I don't know. They're usually in there pretty good. I think it's coming out. Yeah, it came out pretty good. Here we are again. I don't remember being inside this door panel, but it looks like I have. And let me take the camera. Where these 3 holes here are drilled out with a hole saw. See, I had one ready to go. I was figuring on having to drill those out, but apparently I've already been in here. Ford gives you 3 little dimples. Normally you're just going to see something like, you know, almost something like this, but a lot smaller. It's just a dimple. There's no hole in it. So our 3 access holes are already drilled out to get this motor out. I'm going to smack it and see if it takes off before we do anything, but I'm probably still going to swap it out. So I'll hand this back off to Paul. Yeah, it took off. But see, it sounds like the torque pins are bad too. So we're gonna go ahead and swap it out with this other motor. So it unplugs right here. And it's 5/16. Can you see it? Mm-hmm. Okay, there's that motor. All right, let's look up here. You're going to have to stand up. This motor was laying over on the floor, and it feels tight, but E7 3F, that's a Thunder, I don't know, thought Thunderbird, maybe not, but anyway, it's a 1987 number on this motor, so it's that old. The torque pins feel good, but they got to be old and brittle, so we're going to go ahead and swap them out. before I put this in, so I don't have to just turn around and do this a month down the road again. I've seen this trick before. Look, somebody's put metal nuts in there. When I was a kid, I did that myself. Those would probably be fine. But I'm going to show you guys how to do it the right way. These Ford window motor torque pins are all over eBay. And so there were some Chrysler years that used these too. I don't know what years, but I've had the replacement Chrysler. They're the exact same thing. You just want to get them started in there, kind of cockeyed. I didn't expect to find those in there at all, but that explains why it was tight. You can use those if you want. I believe they're 1/4 inch nuts, but I just like to go back the way it's supposed to be. Alright, I got those started. Can you see that? In there cockeyed. Now we're going to walk over here to the vise and put it in there and squeeze them down in there. So follow me over here. Let's get it in there without getting on the shaft, just on the edge of the gear. Squeeze them in just like that. That's what's supposed to be in there, right? Just like that. So it's got new torque pins in it. And it looks like it's got plenty of grease in there too, so we're not going to worry about putting any grease in it. And just for shits and giggles, let's see what the torque pads look like what they look like in the ones we took out, because I thought it sounded like it was chewing them up. Oh wow, I don't think I've ever seen that happen. This whole round gear, the torque pins really aren't that bad in this motor, but the actual whole round gear is split and busted. I've never, in all my years of doing this, since I was 16 years old, I'm 54 now, I've never seen the big gear like that bust up. That's why it sounded so bad. Look at that, that one's just in pieces. Yeah, there's nothing left of that big gear. It's well, 3 pieces. Never in my life have I seen that happen, but that's why it was making so much racket. So that motor will go in the scrap pile, and this one is ready to go back in. I'm going to rip it out of this tape. All right. Just get it back in there and look down and line up your holes. You normally gotta hold it in place till you get one of the screws in. You don't have to torque them down very tight either. They usually come right out without using a ratchet or anything. I put one on it just in case, but they weren't tight. If you want, you can stick a ratchet on there and just go one little nudge. Bring your wire back up through this hole. Just plug it in. Now this window should work good. Not bad. I always tell everybody I like to do this. You go all the way up, bump that window down just a little bit to take all the tension off everything. Same way if you go all the way down, bump it up just like that to take the tension off everything, and you normally won't have any sticking that way. So I'm going to have Dad go ahead and pause it, and I'm going to wash my hands, and we'll get this door panel back on. We going? All right, these door panel clips in this one were shot. This package only comes with 6 pieces, like I said before. Napa number 6652342. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 in the door panel, so you really need to get 2 packages. I've only got 1 package, so we're just gonna replace what we can. Let's see. I like to do it on the side that swings the most. That one's really embedded into the foam. So we're going to leave 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it says there's only 6 pieces in the package, but there was 7 pieces. So we got 1 extra. We're going to leave 3 of the originals in there, but they're wore out. So before you even start on working on one of these, go to Napa and get several packages of these 6652342 trim panel retainers, they're calling them. So we've replaced what we can. Well, that came out a lot easier. It's going back in. Feed your wires back through. You know, I have no clue where I got that motor that was laying over there on the floor. Just goes to show you don't know what you're going to find when you take these apart. Alright. You want to feed all your lighter stuff up through this back hole. Oh, I stand up so I can see that. Oh, hold on. Like I mentioned when it was taken off, we got to get this door panel behind that bracket, or the door handle. Just swing it in there like that. And this keeps coming out of here. Now, your window switch and your courtesy light switch here, your reading lamp, comes up through the front. And all your lighter stuff comes up through this back opening. Yep, those new door panel clips are biting good. You can hear them. It's on there tight now. Okay. Phillips. Put this one back in up here. And this one up inside here. The one hidden one down in the carpet. Sometimes it's hard to find. Well, we're not hitting the original hole. That's a self-tapping screw that was used in there, so they just hit the hole wherever it was. But I'm surprised it's not lined up a little bit better than that. Oh, hold on. We'll get these in. We might. This is part of it too, when you're going back together. If you run into a problem, you'll run into a problem. I don't feel like that's hitting it. Let me get this back here. I can see it. That front door has a little plastic thing it clipped into the door that screw goes into. This one is just like this one at the bottom. It's a just a self-tapping screw. See if I can see it. I think that's it. Okay, that one's back in. Grab your bezel. Clip this back on. Can you see that very good?
Mm-hmm.
It's got these little squeeze clips right here. Clips right into the side of that. Your ground. And your power for the lighter. And these days, phone chargers. On these back ones, there's no clips on either end that you have to worry about breaking. All you're doing is taking these two screws out. And we got some tape goo on the door panel. Grab hold of your door handle, pull it out, go through the hole, hold on to it while you get this bottom. Let me pull this back out. So these bottom tabs right here is what you're putting over the bottom of the door panel. Hook it. Grab your one last screw. It goes up in the bottom. And that window's fixed. How long have we been filming, other than washing my hands?
29 minutes.
So about a half hour. You can swap out your window motor or even just the torque pins. If you hear the motor running, if the window's not moving, it's just those torque pins that you need to replace like we showed you. So I'd say a half hour or so you can fix this yourself without paying anyone else to do it. And like I said, I hope these videos help you out to give you confidence in trying it yourself instead of paying somebody. So again, if you like my channel, please subscribe and hit the like button on the video and stay tuned for more repairs. And thanks for watching.